having something to say. Whether it's saying something loud or not even knowing what you're saying, it's being honest.
Any kind of expression that makes you feel good when you do it, something creative and a way to get something out of your system and make a beautiful thing by doing that at the same time.
A way of saying something without words, because if you think about every art form in the world, like acting for instance, of course they're talking, but in between, like the pauses and the facial expressions and just the emotion is so much heavier than anything they could possibly say. And I feel like that is what inspires art. And so when you're looking at a painting and you can like capture it in an image and you understand or you try to feel like what the artist was thinking, or just like the colors that they inspire you, like that gives you a feeling without having to say anything and without having to speak, because I don't think words could do those emotions justice.
I have taken a lot of art classes. I realize I have viewed the world different. If I'm looking at a light, I look at like shading it or how I would draw it.
Okay, so basically art is like another way of expressing yourself. It's another part of you.
It's a feeling. It's a real feeling. It puts your deepest emotions into anything you can express it with. Like for writing or like songs, it puts your deepest secrets, not your secrets, but your deepest feelings in words that you can't describe. And like drawings and paintings puts it into an image that you never thought you could see. And it's really cool.
I think that it's expression at its rawest, and like when creating, it really just depends on your motives, whether it be like the feeling that it gives you, or for someone like me, it can be that combined with like the sense of being able to create for others, and like what that can mean for in the individual and the community.
Someone's perspective shown through effort they do through a form of art, which is pretty like weird to describe it, but yeah, a lot, like it's not just drawings or whatever, it's
Material item produced by a person.
I see it in clothes, I see it in buildings, I see it in books, I see it obviously on paper and sculpture. It's everywhere. Art we see and how much there is around us, and everything has a little piece of it. In you know, watching TV, that's art. Somebody's editing, somebody's filming, the music that goes into it, you know, all of them kind of come together.
Being like different from like the norm of like everybody else. Being fresh, new, unique, all that.
The whole world is a piece of art, and I think we are created by whatever creator is, and it's already a piece of art, and we tend to translate it on our canvas or anything, but it's still originally it's made of art. Like we're all unique, we're all artists.
Should it provide some kind of entertainment or enlightenment, some kind of epiphany, or should it just function as a well-designed bag, if that's what it is? Or can it do all at the same time?
That just like picking out your clothing in the morning, or the way that you chose to do your hair, or the way that you write, just like your handwriting. That's all a way of expressing yourself, either consciously or subconsciously. So I think that anything that a person does is an art. And some of them just aren't as acknowledged or appreciated.
Like in my head, I like to see how certain color palettes work together, and then I make an outfit with that. Or other times, it's just like I like to study faces and the human body and figure. I find them so interesting, so it's a way for me to, I guess, occupy myself in a way and escape, you know? Because when you're in the zone, you're just doing art and it's really fun.
You could be a singer or a dancer. There's so many ways to just express yourself, and it's all accepted in the community, you know? It's not judged because there just are so many different ends of the spectrum.
I feel it difficult to, communicate with words, talk or write about things. But I'm much more comfortable, playing with shapes and colors and materials. So in that way, I feel very comfortable communicating with art. And I feel I can express much more in an efficient way. I don't have to struggle with my words. it's much more intuitive to me. It's just my second nature to express through art.
Art makes me feel really happy whenever I see art, and it's like usually art is going to be colorful, and that's what I love because I love a lot of colors.
It's just something that makes you feel, and it doesn't necessarily have to feel good or bad, but if it's just something that makes you feel, then I think it's art. Like for me, writing is art a lot of the time, like poetry and things like that, and then film, and I would even call my stand-up comedy art.
Things that you can't steal.